Team USA went undefeated in group play in the Olympics so far. They beat Serbia, they beat South Sudan, they beat Puerto Rico, and they made each game look pretty easy. They won by an average margin of 21, and they're looking damn good. But it doesn't mean there's no controversy, doesn't mean there's no adversity, and the most important games have yet to start. Hey, they're coming real soon. In each video, I like to pose a question to the viewer. Today's question is, who do you have winning the gold? Very simple. Who do you have winning the gold in the men's basketball Olympics? I'd love to read it, respond to it, so let me know in the comments below. So the United States dominated Serbia. Once again, they've played, I think, twice so far, and they've dominated them both times. It's been very simple. I mean, when Jokic sits, Serbia's got nothing. If if they ever play again, which is possible, they need to play Jokic all time, the whole time. 40 minutes, Jokic, suit up. Jokic does have great stamina, but I mean, going against Team USA for 40 minutes straight, that's tough. But he's gonna need to do it because guess what? When he was on the floor, the teams were tied. He played, I think, what did he play, like 32 minutes or something. He sat for like 9 minutes or whatever. All the minutes he played, they were tied. It was 84-84 when Jokic was in the game. When he sat, just for the few minutes that he sat, Serbia was a -26. A -20. Yeah, you heard me right. A -26. People always get on Jokic lovers because the plus minus of him on the Nuggets is always crazy. They're like, of course he has a great plus minus. They have no backup center, so it makes him look even better. Like value over replacement, that stat and shit. You're seeing in real time, this isn't just a Nuggets thing, it's a Jokic thing. He improves everybody's floor on the team that much that when he's off the floor, it's like they forget how to hoop. I'm not saying they do, but like statistically, you're looking like a -26 in the minutes he sat. Damn, that's crazy. And I was actually really looking forward to this matchup because, you know, Jokic and Embiid fans, they go like this. They don't like each other. Each thinks their guy is better than the other guy. And we know this thing where Embiid doesn't go to Denver, and when Jokic comes to Philly, Embiid destroys him statistically because, I mean, last 2 years they're 1-1. Embiid had great stats both times, but it was a win and a loss. Either way, neither here nor there. But I was looking forward to this because it's two of the best big men in the league matching up. How's it gonna go? Embiid was a little disappointing. I haven't pulled up the stats, but I'm pretty sure he had like 2 to 4 points. Kerr sat him really quick. He just seems a little out of shape. I don't know what it is. I'm not gonna say he's injured again. I mean, everybody thinks Embiid gets a little bit of a pass because he's always injured. I guess it's rightfully so. I mean, if you're injured, you're not your full self. But he has been getting this pass his whole career because he's been injured. But he did not look good against Serbia. I was kind of like, damn, I was looking forward to this. And Jokic is wiping the floor with him. Of course, USA still destroyed them because he's on Team USA. Them going back and forth, I thought Jokic wiped the floor with him. If you enjoy topics surrounding the NBA or basketball in general, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And also, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you dunk in the little like button. Thank you. Next was the South Sudan game. Now, there's a soft spot in my heart for South Sudan. Why? Because of Luol Deng. If you don't know, Luol Deng, former NBA player, he is basically funding this whole Team South Sudan thing. Now, I don't know the intricacies of it, but I do know that he is funding the program or whatever it is. So, a soft spot in my heart because he loves his country that much that he's doing this for them. He wants them to succeed. And when they play, they're not just like some scrubs or something. They're a really good freaking, bro. They got shooters, they got athletes, they play hard, they don't give up. And I was surprised on how good of shooters they have. Like, their shooters are legit. I forgot the one guy's name, the point guard. He's gonna let that shit fire regardless. Oh, he feels it in his hands, that's just going up. Each game versus South Sudan, it's been a little tough. I feel like they've actually played the US the best out of all teams so far, which is really surprising. Now, the score was 103-86, so it looks like a blowout, but there was a few times in the game where they cut it down within like 8 or 10 and it was getting a little chippy. Of course, Team USA just, you know, they built the lead back up, but they just kept coming in waves and waves. It's like I feel like last year or the last few years when a team plays the Lakers, they can get up by a lot, but the Lakers seem to never go away. I don't know what it is. Looking from a person that never roots for the Lakers, whenever I watch a Lakers game, it's like, bro, Lakers do not stop coming. Pause. And then was the Puerto Rico game, the final group stage game for the US. It was 104-83. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I didn't watch the game. I'll be honest. I watched the highlights of the game, but I did not actually watch the game in real time. I'm sorry, but I did watch how Jose Alvarado's doing his thing. I'm a big fan of Jose Alvarado. He looked like he's improving, and he was scoring. I mean, all the highlights basically in the video I watched, it was all Alvarado doing things. I don't know if that's skewing, like it just showed all the plays where he did something. I didn't actually look at the stats because Olympic stats really don't matter to me. But what I did see, Alvarado, I see you doing your thing, buddy. So that was the group stage games. Like I said in the beginning, they've been dominating. But it doesn't mean there was no controversy, adversity. There's been a whole benching saga that's been going on. So if you're out of the loop, it was the first game versus Serbia. Tatum didn't play. Tatum got benched. He didn't play not 1 minute in the game. And after the game, Kerr was like, I feel dumb or something like that. He was like, I feel like an idiot, which that shit sounded so fake to me. Bro, you knew you weren't going to play him. Even before the game, there was reports where he was telling Tatum, hey, you might not get many minutes this game. You might not get minutes at all. And so he said he felt dumb not playing him, but you knew you might not play him the whole time. So how'd you feel dumb? This was a plan going in. Trying to act like it was like some random, like, oh, I didn't even realize I wasn't going to do that. And you had a plan and you were going to do it, bro. Just own up to it. And then the next game versus South Sudan, Embiid sits. Embiid does not get 1 minute. And now there's a big conspiracy that Kerr only did that, only benched Embiid because Tatum got benched. Now, I don't know. People are looking maybe too much into it. He has this thing where he's going to just bench one person or two people a game because he says it's impossible to play 12 players in a 40-minute game. I don't know. I'm not a coach, but that's what he says. But it's kind of funny because people are like bitching and complaining about Tatum sitting and Embiid sitting, but no one cares about Halliburton. Halliburton got benched too. No one's saying, man, what happened to Halliburton? Now, I know he's not as accomplished as those two, but it's funny that they never talk about him getting benched. They just talk about the other two. I just think it's kind of funny. Now, here it comes. The quarterfinals is the next game. It's versus Brazil. Now, Brazil went 1-2 in their 3 group stage games. They lost to France with Wemby. They lost to Germany. You got all them boys. Germany actually scares me a little bit. I'm going to be honest. Germany actually scares me a little bit. And then they won versus Japan. And I think Japan went 0-3 in the tournament. So I expect the United States to destroy them. I'm going to be honest. I'm expecting them to do to Brazil what they've been doing to all the teams. It might be their easiest win yet, in my opinion. I know nothing about the Brazil team, so I'm talking out my ass right now. But it's just vibe checks. I'm taking US big. But what's interesting about this game is, does Steve Kerr stick with the benching strategy? Does he stick with benching at least one player? You know, people are actually saying he should bench Curry. I think they're saying that because they know he won't, because he's the coach of Curry's team, the Warriors. Curry went 0-9 or something like that versus South Sudan. They're like, hey, for the next game, you bench Curry. Now, I think there's like 3 people that he will never get benched in the game: LeBron, Curry, and Durant. But people are asking for that. They're just trying to call Kerr's bluff because they know he won't do it. But it's interesting to see, is he going to stick with this benching thing? If he is, who's going to get benched in the quarterfinals? The easy guess would be Halliburton, but he might think of benching 2 players. So who will they be? Will he stick with this? Will he play all 12 guys? Only time will tell. I'm assuming he's going to stick with the benching things, especially in close games, like gold medal games, those high pressure games. I think there'll be some people that don't play. At least don't play a lot. So the United States is destroying everybody. The next game is the quarterfinals versus Brazil. Does Steve Kerr stick with his benching thing? Does he play everybody? How is it going to go? Only time will tell. I'm very interested to see how they fare in the tournament. Do they get gold? Remember the viewer question: who you got winning gold in this Olympics? And I'll see y'all next one. Thanks.